Hi, it's Amrita from Windsong Farm, and I'm here with my bee buddy, Carolyn from Come Fly With Me Beekeeping, and we have such an exciting adventure to go on today, don't we?
We do.
We do.
Yes.
So I've roped Carolyn to help me out because I thought it would be fun on a Sunday, instead of going to the beach or sipping lattes in a cafe, we're going to cut out a beehive that is, get it, 20 years old. So 20 years, okay? So this is going to be humongous, huge, massive hive to cut out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take lots of little short videos just so we don't bore you to death, but we'll take you through a really quick walkthrough now. So we're going to just show you quickly over the wall here. So this is the outside of the building, and you can see a little entrance. If you have a look where the brown timber is, and then there's some tin, you'll see the little entrance for the bees. They're coming in and out of this spot here, which tells me that the hive is going to go through the roof. I don't know how far it's going to extend. That's the exciting part. Could also be the humongous part. Could be both. Anyway, and then it's also possibly going to go down this wall. So we're actually quite lucky. This is a toilet. So anyway, we're going to go.
If we need to go.
If we need to go, yeah, we're fine. So anyway, Carol and I are going to walk in. We're going to walk inside the toilet. I know it's going to sound a bit weird, but just follow us into a toilet. Okay?
Women always go to the toilet in pairs.
But generally, yeah. Well, we're going to do it today anyway. So just watch the rock there, Carolyn. So we're just going to go into this toilet. There you go. All right. So don't try this at home, guys. Oh no, can we fit two of us in here? I don't know if we can. Anyway. All right, but we have a stethoscope, which usually we wouldn't bring, but we thought it'd be fun today to bring a stethoscope and try to find where this is in the wall. So when I actually put the stethoscope to the wall, what I can hear is I can actually hear, like, sounds like a bit of a rave party actually for bees. A rave party, a good way to put it? No, probably not.
A lot of activity in that wall.
There's a lot of activity in this wall. It does actually sound like a highway.
And you can also really feel the activity behind there as well.
You can feel the you can feel the vibration through the wall.
Great big healthy hive.
So this is, I'm guessing that this hive is going to be at least down to there. So that's pretty massive, and then it's going to take up this ceiling area. I don't know how far that's going to extend back, but we will show you some more pictures later on. But this is exciting. It could also be the craziest thing we've ever tried, but hey,
Watch this space.
Exactly. Hang tight. We'll get some more pictures later and we'll show you what we find. Hey, it's Amrita and Caroline, and we are progressing. So we're about half an hour in. Well, actually, Andrew's progressing. We're all supervising. Actually, Andrew's doing all the hard work. But anyway, thanks, Andrew. So what we've done is we've very carefully and diligently taken off the white weatherboards. What you see there, which is the red, that's just some fibro cement sheet. And we've taken part of that off. And where we think the hive is going to be is behind this bit of red board that's still there. So we'll see what happens. So Andrew's just about to take that off, and we're just trying to figure out as best we can exactly how far this hive is going to extend back. So this is the moment of truth. This is the big reveal. All right, you ready, Andrew? I feel like we need some drama music.
I feel like also we just need to. Someone needs to be
right there, ready to catch. Yeah.
ready to.
It's going to make a big bang noise.
Now, before you go any further, Andrew, can it go?
I'll try sliding it,
Go
but I
this
don't.
way. Yeah, it's going to come out, I reckon. Look at that. See that movement?
Yeah, but I'm feeling it against something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Definitely secured with a nail or something.
Can we just sort of break it back?
That's what I'm trying to do, but when I do, it's going to go bang and flick a whole bunch of bees off.
Okay.
All right, let's watch the
I'm going to try something. Just
Yeah.
bear with me. Just going to cut a groove.
Yeah.
Look at that. Full MacGyver style. It's got his little Swiss Army knife there. The only thing we didn't bring was a drywall saw.
Have you got that so I can just get out of the way while you're cutting?
Yeah.
Yep.
These guys seem to be particularly placid so far.
Oh,
So,
they're so
They're getting a
calm.
little rolled up now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going to get a little bit more rolled up than what they have been, but they
Maybe.
are quite a placid.
That's
hive.
just broke. He's already broken the comb apart, like the bits that were stuck. So just give him a sec.
Just go slowly. Into...
I've got it at the bottom.
Yep. I've got a whole thing.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, now queen, look for the queen, look for the queen. We always look for the queen. We're on the bottom of our lid. Hey guys, so we're partly into the process of removing the comb, and we haven't used the bee vac yet, which is really good. I'm happy about that. These girls are so gentle, and we've created a little work process here where the boys are cutting it out. They're making sure that they keep the comb up the right way, because that's really important. The actual cells of the honeycomb are at a certain angle, so we want to make sure that we put that back into the hive that we're cutting it out into at the same angle. So what we're doing here is the guys are...
Hang on, Caroline, I'll just move the camera over to the gentleman over here. Hello, gentlemen. Where are we? There they are.
Hello.
Okay, it's Adam. Okay, Caroline, take us away.
Yes, so what the guys are doing is passing the bits of comb to us as they cut it out. That's some beautiful honey there. And they'll shake the bees off into the hive box that we've set up here. And then we have some
Do a little shake.
frames
Shake it out.
ready to go with rubber bands. And then the guys actually pass the comb over to us over here. Pan this way.
Panning, panning, panning.
And what we've created here is a little bit of a workbench for us. Now, because we don't know how big this hive is, we are just sorting the comb here. But you can see that it's really dark. It means that it's old comb. Now, old comb can harbour disease. So if we don't have to put this comb into the new hive, we're not going to. If we don't need to use it for their resources, we're not going to put it back in. And what we'll do is we'll process and clean that up and yeah, use it for something else.
So,
And we'll give the bees some really nice, healthy new comb for them to start laying into and building on.
so can you show us one of these frames, Caroline? So we'll come back down to the bee box here, where you've got some prepared. Here's some I prepared earlier.
Well, yeah. So when you do a cutout, normally what would happen is you would have these frames that have a wire through them, and then a sheet of foundation that the bees actually build off inside your normal manageable backyard hive. When we do a cutout, what we do is we want to have open frame, and then we use these rubber bands to actually rubber band the brood in.
Can you
like
show
this.
us one that we've done?
Yeah, so this is the first one that we've done. So that's got a really good amount of capped brood and wet brood and some eggs in there as well. So what the bees are going to do is they're going to fix up the mess that we've made by cutting this out. They will actually build wax and connect this bit of comb into the frame. And once that's done, they'll start chewing through the rubber bands, and then they'll start dragging the rubber bands out the front door. Very industrious, and they want to clean up any foreign objects from their hives.
They are beautiful, clean animals, aren't they, bees? They're so good at cleaning up mess.
Yes. So we'll just pop that back.
See the back wall.
I'm just going to come over to Andrew. Andrew's just found something interesting here. Show us again, Andrew, what you've just...
So everything.
Oh, that's the back wall. So,
The back wall of the toilet.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's probably
I thought
three,
if I put it there,
three
you can
sheets of comb.
sort.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
And that's what you sort of expect, I think, for a hive that's about 20 years old. You'd expect there to be quite a few layers. Quite a lot of... you could be able to see ages. Kind of like, I suppose, like when you cut down a tree and you see all the rings on the tree, you can see all the different layerings of the years gone past.
Yeah, and this is, if you have a little cross section here, so you can see the boys have looked into now, you know, what we run the risk of with old hives that are not managed is we do run the risk of disease. So what we will do is we will test, you can see these little pupae that have developed or developing, and you can see that one of them's a little bit darker. So we'll keep an eye out for any diseased looking cells, and we're going to test them as we go as well.
And just a queen update, we still haven't located the queen, which is so important to do. We will try and very carefully look through all these bits of comb, and its eyes peeled, so we got 4 sets of eyes looking out for this lady. And once we get her and we pop her in the box, the other workers will just want to follow her pheromones and follow her in, so it'll be a lot easier if we can find her. We will find her eventually, but like we just haven't done so yet. Anyway, all right, so we'll stop there and we'll get back to work. And we are now 4 hours into this 20-year humongous epic hive cutout. So how you doing there, Caroline?
Yeah, not bad actually.
It has been a long afternoon, and we've achieved quite a lot. So let's give you a quick rundown on what we've done. So we'll get the camera to pan over this side. So you can see we've taken down part of the wall. We've also peeled back some of the roof iron. So we're a bit concerned that some of the hive may have extended through the roof. It doesn't. There's a little area where they were using as an entrance to go in and out of, and a little cluster of bees up there, but there was nothing much up there to be concerned about. Now what we've done is we've placed a box on the roof. So with that, inside that box is some brood, and because we haven't yet positively found the queen, so we're not 100% sure we've got her, we're hoping that she'll smell the brood, she'll want to walk in the box, and as soon as she walks in the box, everyone else is going to follow her in there. Yeah, so that's why the box is up there. So now if we just pan down the wall a little bit, what we thought initially was that the hive was only contained to this area here. We've now realised that the hive goes all the way down here. Okay, so we are about to cut this piece out. We've sort of taken all the nails out and got it ready to be taken off. But what we're going to do just for a moment, we're just going to do a bit of a sit and wait. So before we rip into this part, we just want to see what the bees are doing. I've got to say, these girls, this colony is really beautiful. So even with everything we've done to them today, ripping apart the hive and disturbing them, they have been so gentle. Look at Carolyn. Carolyn doesn't even have any gloves on. That's how gentle we've been. So yeah, I think Andrew's in the way. Yeah, he's got Andrew's butt. Anyway,
so one sting, I think.
Yeah, one sting. One goes through my glove, and that was about it. So. Yes, it's been a massive day. Six hours. So we went pretty much straight without a break from 12 to 6. So
yeah.
So anyway,
Big job.
Huge job.
Yeah. So the bees are settling into their new home as we wait for our steak, and yeah, it should be good. So
we got to go back tonight. So Andrew and I will pop back tonight. Carolyn and Adam will head on back to
West Gippsland.
West Gippsland, and yeah. So now all we need to do is go and wait for the stragglers to come home, pick up the box, relocate them to Winsong Farm where they'll have a lovely life living out there.
Tidy up a bit of wax.
Yeah, we got to do a bit of tidying up. There's a bit of tidying up to do, which is fine. And yeah, hopefully Terry's problem will be all over. As in, like, you know, this beautiful hive that she's had in her wall for the last 20 years has been relocated. So job done, eh?
Yeah,
Cheers.
definitely.
Good afternoon, it's Amateur and Andrew from Winsong Farm. What you're looking at here is the hive that we relocated from Bragalong yesterday and has now been relocated to Denison. So Winsong Farm in Denison. And I'm just going to pan on over to Andrew. Oh, there he is, and he's just going to quickly explain to you. We have to be quick with this video because it's quite windy and we don't want to have the bees exposed. So Andrew's going to show you what we've done.
Yes, hello, it's the day after, so we've set them up in their new site on a couple of pallets. There's quite a large quantity of bees, so we need to give them a second box. At the same time, we had a lot of honeycomb, so much as we tried, we couldn't get all the bees off the honeycomb, so we've just spent a little bit of time with the honeycomb, rescuing the bees from the honeycomb that were sort of all covered in honey. They're in the top box. We've filled this up with sticky frames, so they're frames that we extracted the honey from previously.
And what do you use stickies for, Andrew?
Well, it saves the bees having to rebuild comb from scratch, and there's always some remnants of honey left in them, hence why they're sticky. So
it's kind of like a TV dinner.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of food as well as saving them a lot of resources in building honeycomb.
Okay, and I'll just show you what else we've got in there. Apart from Carolyn yesterday was talking about disease in beehives and how important it is. So I'm just going to show you these. These are called hive beetle traps. And I particularly like these aluminium ones, just simply because they don't seem to bend and warp as much as the plastic ones. But what we have in here is we have some good old Aussie Vegemite, and the smell of the yeast actually attracts the beetles. And then you may be able to see down the bottom there's some liquid, and that liquid is actually just sunflower oil. So a little bit of sunflower oil there. Sunflower oil is because it's not as pungent, and if it's not as pungent, the bees won't block up these little holes. So basically what happens is the little beetle runs across here, smells the Vegemite, drops into a little hole and drowns in the sunflower oil, which is good for us because hive beetle can cause quite a lot of damage to the hive. So anyway, we have this as a bit of insurance. Yeah.
So we were checking the hive in the wall for disease, and there wasn't anything obvious other than we did notice quite a number of hive beetles.
Oh, and a wax moth. We did kill that.
So yeah, so it's important that we get the beetle traps in as soon as possible.
Okay, so, and with the top tray, what are we going to do there, Andrew?
So, yeah, we're going to put the top box on. There's a number of frames in that bottom box just packing it out, which don't have anything in them at all, and we don't want that because they're going to just build crazy comb in all directions on it. So I've got a number of blank foundation only frames, so they've just got a sheet of wax foundation.
And why are you using foundation in the bottom?
They're going to be in the bottom so that the idea is there's some brood comb in the bottom from the hive that we cut out. The queen presumably is in there because the bees tended to all go inside later in the day. And the idea is that they will gradually migrate their brood chamber or their brood frame up into this top box because that's where it's going to be warmer as heat rises. And then they'll have all these stickies ready for them to her to lay eggs in. They'll clean up all the honey, get all that comb straightened out, ready for her to lay. The bees that are in the bottom box, the brood, that'll hatch out. But we're really getting them to move up into this top box. And then the bottom box has just got foundation only just because they will build that out with honeycomb as they have enough resources. All the honeycomb that we did take from them, we're going to crush all that down, sieve it, and we're going to feed it all back to them. So I'm using this as a bottom tray, but basically if you turn around and look at that brown tray there, I will put the honey into Ziploc bags with some pinholes, lay it in this tray, and it'll dribble down into here, and then this little structure here means the bees can crawl down and lick at the honey but not fall in and drown. And then this tray seals off the hive too.
So that sits on top of that box there?
Yeah, it sits on top. So during the colder months I can take the lid off, put some more feed in, put the lid back on, and I haven't let all the heat escape from the hive, especially as we're getting into winter.
Awesome. And so by spring, summer 2021, we should have in operation, what we got? We got the two long Langstroths over there in the distance, the brown hive, which we got, they were our rescues from the set of drawers from last year from our neighbours. This is what we're going to call the Beehive hive, our orange one. And the little pink one, that was another little swarm that we caught. The green and the blue were our two original hives that we started with, and the purple one we got from sales, another little swarm. So anyway, we will get back to work because it's cold and we can't have the hive open at all really for too long. It's got to be quick work, quick operation. Yeah, so we'll send you an update soon.